Perennial introductions are made for the purpose of having a place for companies to go into while they are in the state of being introduced. That is why they are perennial introductions. They are perennially, always, recurring, perennially introduced. Okay? There are 4 panels in perennial introductions or perennial intro isolations. Each panel has 30 rows. Therefore, there are 120 spaces for companies. Each intro isolation field or panel can hold 120 names. Now, this is interesting because it's called panel A, panel B. The whole thing is called a panel, and each individual panel is called a panel. So you just have to see what you're talking about. That's called a panel, and that's also called a panel. And it's not called Pinello or Pinelli or whatever. It's not called a special name to differentiate it. You just have to know. You just differentiate it by the context in which it's used. So if I talk about the panel or I talk about the panel, it's just still the panel. Okay, so panel A, so I'll just go like this, okay, to let you know. Panel A, panel B, no name perennial panel, panel C, 2 name perennial panel, panel D, 1 name perennial panel, panel E, and so forth. No name perennial panel, panel F. Get it? Actually, what should really be done is, this is how it goes. No name perennial panel. In panel A, no, watch it. In panel A, it's no name perennial panel, 2 name perennial panel, 1 name perennial panel. No, it's 2 name perennial panel. Because the 1 name is the opposite. We have that. Over, cut. Panel A, no name perennial panel. 2 name perennial panel, 1 name perennial panel, no name perennial panel. Panel B, no name perennial panel, 2 name perennial panel, 1 name perennial panel, no name perennial panel. Panel C, no name perennial panel, 2 name perennial panel, 1 name perennial panel, no name perennial panel. Panel D, no name perennial panel, 2 name perennial panel, 1 name perennial panel, no name perennial panel, and so forth. So you just have to see where you are in the scheme of things to determine what type of panel was talked about.